So I thought. So anyway, what happens is they came back a couple more times. They took more things. We gave them thousands of dollars worth of things for them to take for free. So of course it's always thank you, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. And at some point she asked me for my address, which was, to me, was totally fine. I told her I lived in New Jersey. She wanted me to send me a thank you gift. And she did. She sent me this lovely, beautiful perfume. That's it. So I don't think anything of it. This is last year. So, and I hope I remember and everything. Come January, this was like a couple of weeks into January, I think. I'm home cooking dinner. My husband is home. And he said to me, Lucy, I'm going to go get the mail. I said, okay. So he goes get the mail. He comes in. He goes, what is this stuff? And I said, what's what? He shows me a stack of letters. And I start going through them. And they're all W-2s. 7 W-2s. And I don't know what to make of it. Now, we hadn't been in this house for a very long time. So immediately I thought, oh, maybe it has to do with the previous owner, but I'm looking at these names. And every single name is a Spanish name with my address. I don't recognize a single one. The previous owner was not Spanish. So I don't know what to make of this. My husband's looking at me, I'm looking at him, I'm going through these W-2s. So I'm beginning to open them. They all have exactly the same company that they come from in North Philadelphia. But like I said, I don't recognize a single name. But as I'm going through them, now this time, you just don't know what to think. The first thought is, tomorrow morning I'll send them, I mail them right back. Somebody's waiting for this, and they were mailed to me by mistake. I don't know what to make of this situation. But as I'm going through this and I'm thinking, and all of a sudden I call this woman, something. I call this woman and I say, so-and-so, and I'm not going to give up names. I said, I just got, oh my God, Doña Lucy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You were never meant to be bothered. Now, I don't know what I said, what do you mean meant to be bothered? Oh, my supervisor made a mistake. I told him, and this is all taking place in Spanish, which I speak perfectly well. So anyway, she says, I gave my supervisor your address, but I told him it was only where my mailing address was here, blah, blah, blah. But he obviously made a mistake. And the more she's talking, the less I understand. And not because of the Spanish. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, and who are these people? Your name is not anywhere here. So she goes, well, because of my situation. Now, I didn't know her situation, nor did I care about her situation. But she said to me, because of my situation, I use a different name. What is another social security number? And then she mentions a man that's there, and that's my brother, but that's not his real name. He's in the same situation. But there are 7 of them. This woman that I thought was a lovely person obviously became an entrepreneur and sold my address to all these people that she worked with. And I'm not even understanding why. So I find out that they do this in order to avoid paying city taxes. Okay, but here I was getting all kinds of trouble. So the next morning, and I'm sorry, the next morning, and I told her, I said, God help you, because you got yourself in serious trouble. I said, I'm going to the police with this. The next morning, the first thing I do, and the company was in North Philadelphia, but headquarters was in Illinois. So I call headquarters, I request to talk to somebody in HR, and I'm talking to this American woman, and I'm angry. And I said to her, am I the only person that when I go out for get a job, I bring my social security card, my driver's license, and my American passport to show that I'm eligible to work in this country? And I'm giving her a piece of my mind. And I knew, just by her demeanor on the phone, and you can tell, that this woman, they knew exactly what was going on, but they don't care. So she's not even apologizing to me. Oh, let's just go one by one. Give me the names and the social securities. And is this your address? She reads it back to me and I say yes. So we're going one by one, delete, 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 delete. Done. I go to the police station. I bring the W-2s with me. I tell the policeman at the reception office what's going on. He says, give me a second. He goes to the back. He talks to a detective. He comes back and says to me that the detective said that they don't handle this, but he tells me who to call to handle this issue. So what do? I come back home and I start making one phone call, two phone calls, just until you're able to talk to somebody. So the person that I talked to, government agency, was not surprised at all. He said to me, oh, this happens all the time. And I said, what are you talking about? This happens all the time. I said, people are there with fraudulent names. He goes, oh, it's not fraud. These are not fake names. He said it was fraud. He said it wasn't fake. I'm sorry. He says, these are just dead people. And there's an entire black market where they sell dead people's identity. And people use it to work, to do this, to do that. This person went on explaining all that situation. And I'm just beside myself. I don't even understand. To me, this is when he tells me that these are dead people, I don't find this just to be a crime. This is sacrilegious. This is the equivalent. You go into a cemetery to visit your loved ones, and somebody just dug up the graves and put the remains out there. This is sacrilegious. Somebody is stealing their identities. And this person said to me, well, this is not the worst thing that they do. And I said, well, what is the worst thing that they do? And he said, that people vote. And they vote for Democrats. And I said to myself, this is unbelievable. This is just unbelievable what is happening. Dead people's names, identities are being used to commit all kinds of fraud. And he said to me, this person said to me, I have no particular political affiliation, and neither do I. But the fact is, this is what is happening. So I thought, here again, what's going on? What is going on? And this is the reason why I'm giving up my privacy to call this to your attention. Not for you to become violent and do this or hate any undocumented immigrants. No. Again, I'm the lucky one. I found out. I don't know if I even told you before. I am really lucky. I found out that I was infected with TB. And I got on that medication for 1 year and was taken care of. But those poor refugees that were allowed into the country, well, they took public transportation, buses, subways. And those people did not have the luxury that I had, which was to find out that they had been infected with TB and tuberculosis, and they could have taken care of right away. No, they got sick. I can assure you that they got sick. People all over the country must have gotten sick. Tuberculosis is an incredibly contagious illness, incredibly contagious. But we were exposed to it. Now we're going through a pandemic. The Democrats bring 10 million people in. And I say to myself, after this happened to me, I said, well, maybe they have a reason to this madness. If they're able to sacrifice one of their own, Joe Biden, the poor man with dementia, what they did to him, what they did to his wife, to me, I'm not willing to look past this. Absolutely not. I am going to remember this. But I'm saying these 10 million people, even if 1/3 of them goes and buys these documents, these paperwork, these identities from dead people, and they vote, well, that's a lot of people. That's way over 3 million people that are voting for somebody they shouldn't be voting for. They shouldn't be voting, period. They can't. They shouldn't. But it's happening. And what about the other third? Okay, the other third will start having children, one after the other, and they put them through the system. They are American children. They put them through the system. We support them. They grow up, and they vote Democrat. Okay, so they just increased their voting numbers exponentially. That's how populations grow, exponentially. Well, the other third is going to remain homeless. It's that simple. So it doesn't matter what they have, what they don't have, they haven't been taken care of. And I feel for these people. To me, this is the equivalent of human trafficking. I don't care how you label it. This is human trafficking. And it's happening by the administration. Not Joe Biden, but that administration. So I have changed the way that I refer to them. When I think of them and when I talk about them with my husband or anybody else that I feel comfortable with, and now it's you, I call them the Democratic cartel. Because this is what they're doing. They're exposing us to all kinds of things just to make sure that they retain fraudulent possession of the White House. And I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. I don't know if you know about the history of Argentina. Very painful. I'm not going to tell you about it. It's up to you to learn. But a lot of fraud in the government. Tremendous. In very painful history. And I see this happening right now in our country, in this beautiful United States of America, that now I can proudly say it's also my country. And I've said it for a long time. I was 15 when I came here. I'm now 60. And this November, I sincerely think we have one of the most important elections of our lifetime, when we are going to choose if we want to retain our democracy, which is being taken advantage of, one fraudulent vote at a time. One fraudulent vote at a time. We are losing our democracy, and it terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me. I cannot even dive into this well enough. So I'm saying this because as I talk to people, friends, because right now everybody's afraid to tell you what they think. And the people that are voting Democratic, they are not voting for the person running for president. They're voting against Donald Trump. And they tell me one of the reasons is because they think Donald Trump is a bully. And he makes fun of people with dementia, Alzheimer's, this and that. I'll give you that. He's a bully. But I can bully him back every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. But I cannot stop this problem from growing. I cannot stop that. So I'm voting for this man, for him to save our country. So Donald Trump, come November 5th, I will be there. And sir, I pray to God and all the angels that you will become the president of the United States again. And next time again, for you to save this country. We need you, desperately need you. This country needs you. Like I said, we're losing our democracy, one vote at a time. And you know what they say? You don't know what you have until you lose it? Well, right there. We're right there. Don't let it happen, America. Please get out there, use your vote to save this country from the Democratic cartel. Thank you. Have a good day. If I have another video, excuse me from going on, I'll address former President Obama directly. I thank you very much. Have an excellent day. Thank you.